Greetings and hello to our first event in Blue Archive. So in this video I'm just going to do a quick rundown guide on how to clear the event. It's a very simple one, so don't worry about being unprepared unless you do the higher stages, of course. So first things first, we have a new banner for this event. It has a write up for Izuna, she's a special frontline striker. We also have a write up for Shizuko, a new special student. So let's go take a look at what these students do. So starting things off with Izuna, she's our new 3-star student who does mystic damage. And I can say now, you should probably Roland's banner if you're lacking the mystic damage. If you have Haruna though, you could probably consider skipping this one, but having both is just as good because later in stages, you're going to be going against a lot of mystic enemies. So just a quick overview on what she does. Her EX skill moves her to a chosen location and increases her attack speed. This is a pretty good skill because of her formation being a front line. So if you need to back away, then activate this skill. It's also really good for dodging boss skill shots as well. The only bad thing in my opinion though is the really long animations. Once you use the skill, you really have to wait a long time to get attacking. Like, I don't know why the animations are so long, but I wish they were just a bit quicker. So then we have a basic skill. This one's pretty much meant to be used with the EX skill since it has the increased attack speed, which means more chance to spam the skill. And a passive increases critical damage, and the sub skill increases her attack when using EX skill. So overall she's pretty good, especially in stage, and potentially raids if a mystic defense boss comes. You just need to be really careful when using her because the enemies will try and attack her because she's in the front all the time, so using her EX skill to get behind a barricade is probably the best way to avoid that at the moment. So next we have Shizuko. Shizuko is our new support that deals mystic damage and can also support your team with a bunch of buffs. So starting with her EX skill, she creates a barricade that pretty much increases the accuracy of allies in the specified area. So Shizuko is quite interesting because she's one of the few students that can create a barricade, so she actually works really well with Izuna, since we all know Izuna needs some kind of like survivability to stay alive. Also, the accuracy increase is kind of a nice touch, but it's not really like that impactful in my opinion. So her basic skill also allows her to deal damage to an enemy every 25 seconds while reducing their attack. This can be pretty useful on mystic stages because there's some hard hitting enemies on there, and it's a good substitute if you need some mystic DPS on your team. So her passive skill increases her accuracy and the sub skill increases allies' critical rate. Increasing critical rate is actually pretty good with her kit because it means overall damage and just more consistent damage overall because of the accuracy buff she gives. So overall she can be pretty good in some situations, though she's quite situational and won't really be needed in quite a lot of stages since you're giving up a better spot for a healer or DPS or support. But if you have Izuna, then they are really made to be together. Okay, now that's out the way, we have the new event. This event is very simple and really easy to understand, so I'll do a quick rundown for you guys. So starting things off, this event has a collect type system, so we need to collect these items here to purchase things from the event shop, and that's pretty much it. This event also has a point system, so if you played raids before, it's very similar to how that works. You can claim your rewards by pressing this button here, and you can check what you can get by pressing this magnifying glass right there. Okay, so next we have student bonuses. In this event you will get bonus drops depending on what students you bring. So we get bonus rice crackers if we bring Fina and Tsubaki, bonus okonomiyaki if we bring Shizuko and Shise, and bonus mochi if we bring Izuna. All of them will give you additional points, so always bring as many as you can. And of course we trade all these in the shop. So before you start farming, you need to clear your story quests. There's 10 in total. You should have no problem clearing them, especially since they're all light armor enemies. And after that you will unlock quests. There's 7 in total. So these stages you want to farm 4, 5 and 6. 4 drops rice crackers, 5 drops okonomiyaki, and 6 will drop the mochi. But if you can't beat them stages, then you can farm 1, 2 and 3 instead. Also make sure to bring the student with the increased drop rate, since after that you will get a bonus permanently and will be able to auto with the additional bonuses. You may also be wondering what that stage 7 is. Well, that is a challenge stage against this guy. He's actually like really hard to beat. I'm still trying to 3-star it myself. I don't think I can 3-star it. I managed to 1-star it today and it was kind of hard. I kind of clutched it, but there is some RNG involved of course, but if you can do it then props to you. Okay, now that's out of the way, let's take a look at the shop. So here we can see all the items we get with event currency. So here's rice cake, okonomiyaki and mochi. I really recommend farming okonomiyaki first since it has all the skill books and the student shards. It can especially be important if you manage to pull Izuna. After that I recommend farming mochi since it has a bunch of high tier materials that will be really useful in the future, and of course more student shards. And once you finish that, then go ahead and farm the rice crackers and the XP materials, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole shop. And that is also pretty much the whole event. It's really simple and super easy to understand, and especially easy to farm since we have auto farm. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching and good luck.